This is reactions to actions.
Okay, so today I'm going to be doing reactions on the comments in um, on my videos. So definitely putting a spotlight on those comments because I definitely appreciate you guys voicing your opinion. This is why I do these videos, to hear from the people to see what they think about the things. So this comment is from Naya B81. The way that guy slapped that lion. Yes, ma'am. When I say he slapped the fire out of that lion, he slapped the fire. And by him doing that, really saved that guy's life. Because I don't know why in the world he sat down on them steps like he was sitting by a house cat. Like, no, sir. No, ma'am. No ham, no turkey. Why would you do that? Like, thank God that the guy was able to slap the lion the way he did, but I'm thinking, like, sir, you need to put that lion back in the wild because that's not a domesticated animal you have there, okay? But if you guys have not checked that video out, make sure you go check it out. It is the video where I am reacting to funny videos on Instagram. So go check it out if you haven't. So the spotlight is on you, Naya B81. Thank you for commenting. Okay, so next up, I have three comments here. And of course, we have the spotlight on Miss Brandy Best 1987. When I say she's a loyal one, baby, she is always up and through the comment sections on reactions to actions. Not gonna lie. Spotlight is definitely on you. She said, seeing this puts me in the mindset of black excellence in farming with the dad doing the work and mom and children doing little things to help. Smiley face. It's so good to see. I'm going right now to watch and supporting this amazing channel. This is what we need to see. I.A.G farm looking like thumbs up. Thanks for sharing this beautiful family. Girl, you are so welcome. When I say, like, when I ran across the family, and the family she's talking about is the Harrison Family Homestead channel. If you guys have not checked them out, make sure you go check them out. They are a great family to watch. I'm loving what I'm seeing over there. Um, Also, I have never given up 65. I am loving this family and what they are doing. Thank you for posting. My pleasure. This is, listen, I am all about positivity. When it looks right, when it feels right, I'm going to give it props. That's just the bottom line. That's who I am. And then we have Jeep Girl 1277. OMG. This family rocks. Thanks for sharing. I'm subscribing to your channel and expeditiously headed over to the HFH to subscribe, which is Harrison Family Homestead, guys. Listen, Jeep Girl, welcome to the Reactions to Actions family, girl. And I appreciate you stopping by, leaving a comment, and supporting my channel as long along with supporting their channel. So thank you for that. And same to you. I'm never giving up 65. I appreciate your comment most definitely. You guys are on the spotlight. Okay, and then we have Miss Brandy Best 1987 as well. When I say, when I see her name, I automatically just start smiling because she's always going to bring it with these comments, and she's always supporting. She states, all we can do is pray and keep praying. Megan and the beautiful boys, because um, Megan and the Beautiful Boys, because he's obviously interpreting the Bible, especially to people who don't know the word. And God put a warning on pastors who lead his people in the wrong direction. Pastor Jim Jones needs to stop and ask for better guidance under a real pastor in his Bible teachings. 100% agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. And she's not lying about God definitely has a warning for people who leads his children astray. Please be careful with the false teachings. Make sure you stay focused on the word. You do not add nothing to the word, and you do not take away anything from the word, cuz God don't play about that, okay? And we are definitely keeping, you know, Jim, Maggie, and the boys in our prayers, okay? Definitely keeping them in our prayers because, listen. you definitely have to be in your book to follow along, because you have to be able to pick out, or have the discernment to pick out what's his saying and what's really in the Bible. I'm just saying. Nothing against it. I'm just speaking my truth and how I feel. But thank you so much, Brandy Best 1987 girl. You always showing up for us. Always. Once again, we have Brandy Best 1987. Don't play with her. Please don't play with her, because she going to show up. She states she is so beautiful, and I love how she is able to share her life story for God's glory. Thank you for sharing her content. I will definitely watch her. So, you guys, this is the video where I am reacting to Izzy B, and she's telling her story about being 17 and homeless with her family members. If you guys have not watched that video, make sure you go check it out. It is a treat, and I definitely love Miss Izzy B. She is such a beautiful soul inside and out, and just it's just amazing to see how God works through His people, no matter the age, race, gender, any of that. When you are a child of God, baby, you gonna work for the kingdom of God authentically. Okay. Hello. I agree, Miss Brandy Best 1987. Thank you so much for just showing up for us. We love it. Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, so we just went through that one. And so the next one is Brandy Best 1987 again. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your beautiful content, and shout out. This is where I did my very first reactions to actions to the comment section on my channel, and so she's responding, girl, all the support. Thank you for your support, and I am glad to be able to show my content and people are able to voice their opinions. Thank you for tuning in, baby. We love it over here. Okay, and so we have Brandy Best 1987 again. See this, so now you see why I say don't play with Brandy, okay? You see why I say this. She's in the comment section. She's interacting. She's doing all of the things. She is, listen. This is the kind of people we want, okay? As a content creator, this is the kind of people we want to see. Um and Brandy states, "Girl, I really don't watch unless it's a reaction channel, but I'm really not happy or thinking God is in the midst of how he treats and talks to his wife, mother, and children. But I pray that God definitely deliver him, or at least his wife and children, so they can get away from his Jim Jones ministry. And thanks for saying that he hasn't given back to anyone, not even his wife, car, or son's toys, tables, but is so happy about his needs." And as you can see, a few people agree with her on that. She got 5 likes on that. People are vibing with what Miss Brandy Best is stating. Okay, I mean, if you watch the content, you know. Okay, if you have discernment and you have common sense, it's just gonna dawn on you, like something ain't right about this. And then we have Teeny MG8XN. She states, "Laugh out loud. Why you keep calling that man Jim?" Listen, if you watch my first reaction video on this channel about the I.A.G farm, then you know why I call him Jim. And by the way, I know clearly what his name is, people. I know his name. But if you watch my very first video, you know why I call him Jim. Alright, and then we have Sherrington Stall, or Sharing Sherrington Stall 7311. I hope I did not murder that name, but I did the best that I could. But she states, because subscribers paying for them, he doesn't give back to no one. Baby, Sharon is really upset about this, because she has all caps. I'm assuming this is a she, so if you're not a she, please forgive me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But all caps, because subscribers paying for them, he doesn't give back to no one. She's shouting that to the rooftops, okay? But this is the comments where people were commenting on when I talked about how Jim treats his mother, Miss Smith, and how it's unfair for her to be doing manual labor while he stands there with a camera. Like he literally stands there with a camera and watch his mother load and unload that mower that he gave her instead of just keeping the mower on his farm and going to her ranch and mowing her lawn for her or mowing her grass or whatever you want to call it. Like he has a new zero turn. Why are you not making sure that your mom lawn is taken care of when you got the zero turn or the zero turn lawnmower? I mean, you don't even have that much lawn to do down there on your farm. So it's things like that that really kind of gets under my skin, and feel like I have to voice my opinion because if you call yourself a minister or a pastor or whatever you do, like it's he doesn't really give away anything. And even to Miss Smith, he's not giving her anything. He's letting her borrow these things until her life is in, is has like until she fulfills her duty that God has for her on this side. Put it that way, okay? Like that stuff is not literally hers to keep and have and to do what she wants to do with it. Like it's just for her to pretty much maintain down there on her ranch, which grinds my gears. But we're gonna continue to pray for Jim and all of the I.A.G farm members, family members, all of the things. Okay, so we have Word Out 9905. God is not the author of confusion. Pray for your brother. Lift them up, not tear them down. God bless. Um, Spotlight on you, Word Out 9905. I agree with what you're saying about God is not the author of confusion. 100% agree. I am praying for my brother Jim in spirit. I'm praying for him because clearly I see that the things, the teachings, and the things that he's doing is not according to the Bible. And I'm not tearing him down. When have you seen me tear him down? Now, I have voiced my opinion and said things that I feel about Jim, but I've never tore him down. And I think that he needs to use, Jim needs to take your advice, Word Out, because as you can see, he tears down his friend, aka brother in Christ, Sane, a lot. Always talks negative towards Sane, even though he's disguising it in a jokingly way. I just think that that's not acceptable for a man who proclaims he's walking with God. A lot of people are not going to listen to what you're saying. They're going to be looking at your actions. So, I definitely wish the best for Jim. I don't wish any bad things on Jim. I just wish that because he have a audience and he has a following, that he needs to be leading people correctly toward Jesus Christ and not using it as a way to gain monetary value. So thank you so much, Word Out 9905, for your comment. I appreciate it. The spotlight is on you and blessings to you. Okay, so here we have Crockett 7211. You are correct. If he was offended by a comment, he should have spoke with him in private. I love that you put scriptures up to that point. Awesome, really. Jesting or picking is one thing, but belittling another man that's helping you is crazy to me. But us guys are bad about it at times. But you're right. Should hold himself accountable for his actions. Absolutely, I agree with this 100%. Like, I mean, I get, like, I never said that friends don't joke around, but it's a point where it becomes not a joke anymore. Like, when you're always belittling someone and all you have to do, like, all you're saying is negative things to your so called friend slash brother, like, and on top of that, you call yourself a man of God, like you are a pastor, and all you say is negative things towards your friend. That's a red flag for me. Like, and as a pastor, why are you joking negatively towards somebody who you're supposed to be teaching and showing and being an example to and a light to? That's what people are really missing. Like, he's just not some ordinary guy that's on the street. He's proclaiming to be a minister, a pastor. Okay, and then we have Corinne Howard 8383. I think his name is Tim. I am very aware that his name is Tim. If you watch my first video of my reaction on this channel of I.A.G Farms, then you would know why I call him Jim. They market the channel, or Jim markets the channel as it's all about God. But if you watch further and you have discernment, then you quickly realize that it's all about Tim, right? So I took the it's all about God, dropped the OD, add the IM, kept the lowercase g for Jim, and this is why I call him Jim. This is one of the reasons why I call him Jim. The second reason why I call him Jim is because when he get around certain people, he starts acting like a Jim Bob. If you know, you know, okay? And then, third reason, he claims he goes to the gym all the time at 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? So, this is why I call him Jim over here. It's the Reactions to Actions channel, and this is what he's going to be referred to as over here, okay? This is what happens when you are able to create your own content, okay? And yeah, so I have Keisha J 20, 2001. They play around all the time like this. His name is Tim Sr., not Jim. They just playing like brothers. Go look at old footage of Zane installing trim on the ceiling corners at Tim's house. They clowning. I did go and watch the video. I've actually watched it, and then I went back to rewatch it just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. And yeah, I was pretty spot on. Yeah, he said a couple or few nice things about Zane, but most of it was throwing jabs at him, like slick little jabs. And you guys keep saying they play like this, but all I see Sane doing is laughing at um, Jim and the way he's responding to him. He's laughing it off, giving Jim grace. That's what I see. I don't ever see Sane on camera, on YouTube camera, saying anything negatively toward Jim. I haven't seen it yet. So you guys keep saying like they play like this, they play like this. You're missing the point. I know friends joke back and forth, but when you're constantly saying negative, slick little comments, that kind of makes you start thinking. I mean, maybe your friends say slick comments to you all the time and you think that they're joking around. I don't know. But in my reality, I don't think that that's a joke, especially when you're always saying negative things as a pastor or minister. Wouldn't you think you would want to be the light of the world and not of the world? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think that I am. But thank you for your comment. Then we have Judah Israel 8873. Miss Lily was holding a picture of the devil himself. Caesar Borgia, look him up. Get that out of your house. I think it's Caesar Borgia. Yeah. But yeah, I looked Caesar up, and yeah, not a good person. I did not see what picture she was holding because I didn't see that video. I don't really watch the videos all the way through like that. Um, I just can't take it all the time. But if Miss Smith is holding up Seizure, baby, I did my research on him, and he was not a good fella. Okay, he was not a good fella unless God came into his life and changed it around. But from what he was known for and what he did was not good. So Judah, I agree with you on that one. And then we have Crockett 7211 again. Okay, the guy name is Tim, not Jim. I notice you keep calling him Jim, but that's not his name. His name is Tim, and his wife's name is Megan for I.A.G Farms. Okay, another comment. Clearly, I know these people did not watch my first reaction video. They're just jumping in and just hearing me call him Jim and think I don't know his real name. And it's funny because literally in the comment it says, I notice you keep calling him Jim. I notice you keep calling him Jim. Absolutely correct. And I'm going to continue to call him Jim over here. His name is Jim over here, okay? I refer to him as Jim. I've explained it, and this is why, okay? So, yes, I'm fully aware that his name is Tim for the last time, but it's going to be Jim. Hello? Can we get that out of the way? Can we get that out of the way? Okay, so yeah, guys. Okay, Child Will 44. Have you ever thought that maybe, just maybe, this is the way that they play around? Men communicate without emotions. Have you seen previous videos with them? If you are going to give this kind of YouTube click, at least learn the name of the person you are trying to drag. Like I said earlier, I know his name as well as I see why it's easy to manipulate some people. I really do. For you guys to continuously hear me call him Jim and to think that I don't know that his name is really Tim is diabolical to me. This is why I mean, all I can do is chuckle because the context clues, and I know this is like a person who ran up on the video and just watched that particular video, not knowing the background of anything. And to talk about how men communicate without emotions. Right. And Jim, this is why Jim cuts people off if you don't listen to him and you don't follow along with what he's saying. And if you rebut anything he says, this is why Jim will cut you off, right? Because he communicates without emotions. And I don't feel like communicating with someone is belittling someone. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Yes, men might communicate a little bit harshly than women. But at the end of the day, every time that someone's joking around with you and they consider you a close friend or you're their brother, they're belittling you. And you call that communicating, and he calls himself a pastor, minister, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I see you guys have really good friends in your circle. You really do. You guys have terrific friends in your circle, and you're terrific yourself, probably. God bless you. God bless you. And yes, I understand, like I stated, that friends do joke back and forth, but like, the part that you guys are missing is Sane has never joked back with Jim in a derogatory way or in a derogatory manner. I have never seen him on YouTube, and I state this on YouTube, saying something negative to Jim. And I'm going to continue to call him Jim, little G, G-I-M, not J-I-M, but G-I-M. Okay. Thank you for commenting, Child Will 44. Maybe if you looked at a little bit more videos, then you would have got your answer of me calling him Jim. Thank you. But the spotlight is on you. Thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate you. And then we have LaRonda Jones, Bates 33 to 24. Did he and Sane fall out? Can you tell me when and what happened? If so, thanks. Um, they, I don't think that Sane fell out with Jim, but I think that Jim stopped talking to Sane because Sane didn't do what he wanted him to do. Now, logistically, I wasn't there. I don't know exactly what happened and what caused Jim to stop talking to Sane because I wasn't there. But there definitely was a a mishap with communication, and they weren't as, you know, tight as they once were, I guess. And when I say tight, I mean Jim belittling Sane, and Sane just uses grace to forgive Jim and laughs it off. So I can't tell you when it happened, but it's been about a year or so ago. Estimation. I'm not 100% sure, but it's been a little minute now. And yeah, so I hope that helps. But there's people out here that has a lot more information about it. than I do. I just don't want to speak on something that I wasn't there for, and I don't know exactly what partake, but it definitely was a change in communications between Jim and Sane, and it was more on Jim's side. Okay, so I thank you so much for leaving your comment. I appreciate you so much, and the spotlight is on you. Thank you so much for commenting. Be blessed. All right, guys, if you stayed this long throughout the video, I appreciate you for taking the time to listen to me react to the comments in my comment section. All right, guys, y'all be blessed. May God be with you. I will see you guys later.